Hello and welcome to another episode of Game on Onesies. I'm Raptor and this is House MD. So, fun story for you. I found this game at a thrift store for $5 and I actually thought it was House Season 6 on DVD, which I already own, but then I realized that it wasn't, so I was intrigued by it, so I decided to buy it for $1 and I've already beaten it. It's kind of cool. It's kind of short-lived though, like there's only 5 cases, and if you really start just playing, you kind of blaze through them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replay one of my favorite episodes, and then if it becomes a popular video, then I might do another one. These cases can be pretty long though, so I'm going to do as much in this one episode as I can. I'm aiming for about 30 minutes. We'll see how much I can get done in that time. So let's go here. Let's do Skull and Bones. And the premise is, a macho college kid loses feeling in his arms during a fraternity hazing. Oh, do I have to... Can I not do this? Oh, there we go. Okay. So, this is not made by any of the cast or crew of House. At least I don't think so. A lot of the medical jargon and writing sounds like it could be, but they did something wrong with House's character. Every single line of dialogue that he says is a joke. That's not how House is. He's a jerk, but not every single line of what he says on the show is supposed to be funny. Sometimes he's serious. His jokes are more few and far between. Mostly he's just screwing with Cuddy or his employees or something. But they really overdid it in this. And there's no voice acting, so to save time I'm going to be reading this, which is why I have some G2 here. I'm going to try and do a little bit of flair and stuff, because I can't actually do imitations of the different cast members, even though House is one of my favorite TV shows of all time. This way. Trevor Valet? Yes? It is time. Just a minute. What's he doing in there? Are you ready? Yes, sir. Bag him and tag him. Trevor Valet, we have deemed you worthy of having the sacred ritual revealed to you. You have completed every task you've been assigned. Your initiation into the Delta Epsilon Pi fraternity is almost at hand. Thank you, sir. One final trial remains. Are you willing to spend the night in a coffin to symbolize your loyalty to the Delta Epsilon Pi? Absolutely, sir. Jesus, you see how long that guy was on the John? I swear, if he clogs up our toilet here in the Delta House. Jackasses. Or jerkasses. Great. An itch. What? What a disappointment. Leon. What? Skull and Bones. Even though the title was only there for like 2 seconds. I don't know what happened. Suddenly I couldn't move my arms. They were just paralyzed. I know. You were locked inside a coffin as part of some weird fetishistic ritual. It's completely normal. The fact that anything out of the ordinary happened just baffles my mind. Just normal hazing, Doc. Nothing wrong in that. You're right. Want to go lie down in the coffins later? Afterwards you can do my hair, and we can talk about boys, and then we'll make out with each other. You know, for practice. You trying to say my boy's a fruit? God, no. I'm saying all frat boys are fruits. But in a totally closeted, terrified to come out kind of way. Feel better now? This didn't happen with any of the other pledges. What's wrong with my boy, Dr. House? That's what I'm trying to figure out. We just need to get Fred Flintstone here to shut up for 30 seconds so I can think. Examine the patient carefully and look for any signs of illness. Select an area by clicking on the patient. Use the tools at your disposal to find all symptoms. Let's start with his face. Well, he's sweating. Ask a standard question. Where do babies come from? That's a standard question. But what am I supposed to ask a standard question about? Sometimes the thing on the bottom doesn't really help you at all. Alright, so... like, I could ask about anything. He has excessive sweating, but what is that related to? Let's try routines. What were you doing the morning of the attack? I mean, other than causing the nerds to get revenge on you. I was working out, but I felt uncoordinated, and then I nearly dropped a weight on my foot, and after I stopped, I was really tired. Alright, so what do we want to do here? Do we want this? Fever, dizziness. See, try a more topical question. But about what? Car accidents, eye problems? Because he's dizziness, maybe? Is there a history of eye problems in your family? For example, can you not see that your dad's a douchebag? I don't think there's a history of eye problems. Mom? No, there isn't. Okay, so then what about recent issues? Have you had any medical issues recently, Trevor? And Morningwood doesn't count. See? Like, everything House says is supposed to be a joke. They're not even funny. Yeah, I felt a little weak recently and had some tingling in my hands, but I figured my hands had just fallen asleep. And what do we want to do for this? Look in here. Collect more info on Trevor. I don't know, what's your blood type? What blood type are you? I have no idea. See, that's information. What kind of info do you want, House? So, family? Does anyone in your family have a history of paralysis? Because we know from your father that there's a history of stupidity. I don't think so, Dad. Absolutely not. Try a follow-up question. To what? Your condition? Are there any medical conditions in your family that we should be aware of? Because your parents clearly have that disease where they resemble the cast of All in the Family. I've been battling heart disease for a while now, but I'm still kicking. I'm strong like a bull. Yeah, when I look at you, bull does come to mind. How about you, Mom? I have a thyroid issue. Never would have guessed looking at you. Okay, so now we have to go do his chest. Wow, he's ripped. Hey, what's that? Does this hurt when I touch it? Yeah, it's kind of glitchy, this game. Sometimes you have to be really precise. Sometimes you have to put the tool down, click on the help menu to have it tell you what to do, and then pick it up again, and sometimes it'll still work. Oh, I wasn't even clicking in the right spot. Okay, that was on me. Select the right topic to ask about. Well, I couldn't even see what I found because it cut to this so soon. What am I supposed to be asking about? Your hands? Do you usually have trouble with manual dexterity? No. Why? What about your arms, then? How are your arm muscles feeling? Strong enough to do your frat's secret handshake? Still pretty weak. Okay, so then we wanted to look at the rash under a microscope because apparently just by looking at this from this distance, you can't see. Select the right topic to ask about. Yeah, but again, what am I supposed to be figuring out? How about other friends? Do you have any unsavory friends? Of course, to your father, people who can count in double digits are probably unsavory. Hey! No, Dad, it's okay. My friends are, pretty savory. What about other hobbies? Do you have any unusual hobbies? Like surfing, paintball, or nude Yahtzee? No weird hobbies, just sports. Other illnesses, then? Any other illnesses? Aside from that one where you start saying nonsense words like alpha and omega? I had a pretty bad cold 3 weeks ago, but I got over it in a few days. Can't have been very bad, then. I mean, that's me. I have a really good immune system, apparently. When I get sick, I am really sick, but then I'll get over it in like 2 or 3 days. Get a better medical history. So, why do I need a better medical history? Aren't you holding his medical file? Why can't I see his medical file so I don't have to worry about asking questions that they already know the answers to? I guess we'll talk about the cold then. When you had your cold, did you puke blood? You? No. What about your parents? Did they puke any blood? What do you do for a living, Dad? I'm the VP of sales for Paperclips. Paperclips, the office supply store. I'm a big fan of your whiteboards. How about you, Mom? I'm the principal at Johnson Middle School in Bergen County. Middle school, eh? So you should be used to kids who go numb. I don't get it. What's supposed to be funny about that? Let's listen to his heart. Emotions, I guess. You ever been emotionally paralyzed? Like when your Maxim magazine subscription wasn't renewed? No. Why? Does that matter? Apparently not. Have you ever had any of your organs removed? I mean, you're a frat boy, so I'm assuming you had your balls removed. No, I haven't ever had anything removed. Paralysis. Is this the first time this has happened, Trevor? The paralysis, I mean. Not another guy running his hands over you. You're in a frat, so I'm sure that stuff happens all the time. Yes, this is the first time it's happened. What is House's deal with frats? They're not gay. Alright, so let's go down here. Oh, but there's nothing in here. So then why am I still sitting like this? Oh, there's still one symptom missing, I guess. No. Nothing there. Oh, maybe, oh, here. I did your heart already. I did this. Oh, this is his abdomen, I guess. How did I just tell that he has diarrhea by listening to his stomach or whatever? Liquid refreshments. Liquid cement. Liquid paper. What? How are we jumping from him having diarrhea to this? Liquid refreshments? I don't know. Have you been drinking, Trevor? House, my son would never. Well, Trevor, I was pretty wasted the night before the attack. Like, it was just beer. Trevor! Whitney, leave the boy alone. At his age, it's perfectly normal to have a little drink. Yeah, I remember the Norman Rockwell painting about that. I think it's called Hugging the Porcelain God. Before drinking. What were you eating before the attack? Please tell me it was the rival frat's mascot. I ate a huge pizza the night before the attack, but other than that, everything was normal. See that, Dr. House? Pizza. He's a normal teenage boy. This thing with his arms, you probably just got a case of the jitters. So what do you think, Doc? Can you fix my boy? Well, I don't know how to tell you this, but even if I can cure his arm paralysis, he'll still probably... Oh, it's too awful, I can't say it. Go on, Dr. House, what is it? Okay, he'll probably still want to join a fraternity. I'm so sorry, this must be a horrible shock for you both. Let's get out of this nut house. You'll be just fine, son. But wait, it gets even worse. After he joins the frat, he'll want to wear a fraternity pin. Oh, the horror! The horror! Have a seat, everyone. House, you okay? Never better, everyone. Grab a glass. Isn't that a little early in the day to start drinking? It's never too early. A frat boy's arms got paralyzed when he was locked in a coffin during an initiation ritual. That was the stupid part. Now here's the really stupid part. You're going to want to take a drink. He was rushed to the hospital, where it was discovered that he was wearing women's lingerie under his clothes. So, it was probably part of the initiation ritual. I'm sure it was, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it's hilarious. Now, every time I mention the fact that he was wearing women's lingerie, you're all going to take a drink. Whoa, wait. You're going to turn the differential into a drinking game? Of course. It could even turn into a fun drinking game if you get really wasted and decide to give us a table dance. No? Well, we'll see. They's still young. Let's test this out. Now, the fact that our patient was wearing women's lingerie was kept from his parents to avoid embarrassing him. However, that's in the real world. Here in the confines of the diagnostics lounge, it's hysterical. So college boy gets all stiff in the arms. That's not where most college boys get stiff. What's going on here? This is dumb. I don't like this. It's kind of like Hangman, except it takes forever for any of these letters to start appearing, and all of the different things are like almost spelled exactly the same, so it's complete guesswork, and every time that you guess something wrong, they penalize you for it as if you should know what the word is, even though there's only 2 letters on the board at the time. And there's a sort of like a timer too, so the faster you do it, the more points you get, but the longer it takes you to get, the more points you lose. And every time that you guess wrong because there's not enough letters, you also lose points. It's dumb. See? I have no idea what this is. I can't even tell if there's a space in the word up there. So every single word here has an N as the second letter. A P. Oh, maybe it's drug poisoning. Nope. Maybe it's food poisoning. Nope. Maybe it's lye poisoning. Nope. Maybe it's Nope, maybe it's mercury. Nope, maybe it's lead poisoning. See, like, it's dumb. Lead poisoning. No, it doesn't explain the fever, the hives, the difficulty breathing, or the dizziness. Tab's right. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Find the... See, now he tells you how to do it again. Shut up, House. Okay, now, this could be one long word, or it could be 2 words. But the last one was also 2 words, but it wasn't shown as being 2 words. So the last word is going to be overdose, because they're all overdose, so I just have to wait. But there's also a timer at the bottom of the screen, right? So, let's see. How about this one? Nope. How about this one? Just guesswork. The paralysis could be due to disulfiram overdose, which usually affects children. Also, it explains few of the other symptoms aside from paralysis. You know, Foreman, fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son. Next. What about periotitis? Oh. Something or other. Paresis. I don't even know how to say that. Paresis caused by West Nile virus explains the fever and the paralysis. But nothing else. Toga! 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 Next. What is this one? Or this one? Oh, I guessed. Okay. Botulism. Fits the symptoms. Yeah, even though I played this one before, these minigames are kind of random, so it's never the same. And there's a lot of dialogue in here, so I don't remember exactly what happens. I mean, I remember how the case ends, but I'm not going to tell you that by spoiling it. I played this, like, last week, so it's been a little while. But I do remember that a lot of the minigames, they could be better if the controls were more responsive. Like, I'm positive that it's not on my end, because I've been playing a lot of other games in this setup in this new place that I'm in, and it works fine. I just got a new mouse pad, I've got a new wireless keyboard. It's a French keyboard, but it doesn't really matter. So, it's definitely not me. Some of these things are just really weird, and there's a couple of other glitches and other things that I'll point out as they come. Anyway. Yeah, but his blood and stool have already been tested, and they came up negative. The time has come for someone to put his foot down, and that foot is me. Next! Find a possible diagnosis that matches the word appearing on the whiteboard. Click on the word to suggest that diagnosis. Oh, God. Well, it wouldn't be carpal tunnel syndrome. What about toxic shock syndrome? No. Russell Silver? Who's Russell Silver? Let's try Russell Silver. Come back here, Russell Silver. Nope. Aortic arch syndrome? Nope. Chronic fatigue syndrome? Nope. Ehlers-Danlos? Nope. Irritable bowel? Nope. Guillain-Barré. There we go. That one I actually know how to pronounce because they say it on the show a lot. Guillain-Barré syndrome. It explains the paralysis in his arms. Yeah, but it doesn't explain the hives, the difficulty breathing, the fever, the dizziness, the nausea, or the diarrhea. What happened to the Delta I used to know? Where's the spirit? Where's the guts, huh? This could be the greatest night of our lives, but you're gonna let it be the worst. Next! Autonomic neuropathy? No. Alcoholic neuropathy? No. Peripheral neuropathy? Nope. Metabolic neuropathy? Nope. Hexacarbon neuropathy, whatever that is. Hexacarbon neuropathy fits most of the symptoms. If someone throws up on your shoes, you're going to clean up most of it? That was actually a House quote, not from this game. It explains most of the symptoms. If someone throws up on your shoes, are you going to clean up most of it? Good work, 13. You know what? You're obviously not skilled at this, so just get out of here. Well, fuck you too. Well, screw you too. Well, screw you too. Well, screw you too, Cuddy. At least I don't rely on push-up bras to make guys notice me. See, look at this. Did horrible because of all the penalties. Those are the only... Like, there's that one and a couple of other games that I always suck at because they're really demanding, and they penalize you for the weirdest things. But hexacarbon neuropathy doesn't explain the hives or the respiratory failure. Isn't it interesting, though, before we go on, isn't it interesting, though, how Cuddy said I was doing a horrible job and gave me an F and said, you know what, just get out of here, but yet I'm still here, I haven't been fired, so every time you fail a minigame, it never has any effect on the case. So what's the point of giving you a grade on it? You should get a grade at the end of the case for your overall performance, and it should go in more detail and explain why you're getting that score. Like, out of all of the ones I got, I've never got anything higher than a B. So... it's stupid. That's true, but it fits the other symptoms well enough to investigate. Besides, hexacarbon neuropathy is also known as glue sniffer's neuropathy. Bluto is a stupid teenager. His name is Trevor. As I was saying, Bluto, the guy who dressed in women's lingerie, is a stupid teenager. Maybe he's into sniffing glue. Also, his frat brothers did build the coffins themselves. Maybe the wood glue they used in building it had a paralytic effect on Trevor. Thank you, Flounder. You and D-Day check out the frat house, investigate the coffin and general area. I can't believe you flashed those guys. Me neither, but they wouldn't have let us down here if you flashed them. You're right. Should I be offended by that? Ugh, I think I stepped in something wet. Yeah, you stepped in, Foreman? Please don't finish that sentence. I don't want to know. Okay, let's just do a sweep of the area and get out of here. Locate 8 clues in the Delta Epsilon Pi basement that may lead to a diagnosis for Trevor's condition. Pan left and right and search the area with the cursor. The color of the cursor indicates proximity to clues. Green means that you're close to a clue, red means that you're not close to a clue, but then when you find a clue, it gets highlighted in red, so it's very confusing. And sometimes you end up picking up things that mean nothing. For example, this paddle up here is a clue. What could that possibly have to do with him having arm paralysis? He's not allergic to wood. That's dumb. Why do we need this paddle? See, this makes sense. The heating rub, because you might be allergic to that. So it makes sense to take that. This is a junk thing. See, this voodoo doll could be something. Maybe he's having someone perform voodoo on him. Or he could be allergic to candle wax, but we can't take any of these. What is this frisbee going to help us? How could a frisbee possibly have anything to do with him being sick? Beer keg, that could have something to do with it. Or what is this thing here? Oh, yeah, see, there's graphical glitches as well. There, see? Weird. What am I looking for? Yeah, see, there's nothing... Oh, wait. Here we go. A pirate sword. Yes, that's definitely what happened. Because he's definitely dying from being impaled with a pirate sword. No, he's not. A sample of the glue, even though I already picked up the wood glue, I'm pretty sure. Don't even know why we need 2 samples of it. I don't know, this outlet over here looks pretty suspicious. We might want to take that with us, too. A bong. See, how could a skateboard have hurt him? He didn't trip and hit his head with a skateboard. This pile of wood looks suspicious. Maybe there's a clue underneath it. How does it look suspicious? See, and you can't move this up here. You have to move it to the side. So it's really hard to actually get things out of your way. And they don't tell you which part of this you need to uncover, right? Because it's not here, it's not over here, it's not over there, it's not over there, it's not over there, it's not over here, it's not over here. Here's the wood glue. But we already got a sample of that wood glue from the coffin, so why do we need to go in here and grab this wood glue? Wood glue, probably used in building the coffins. And it could be responsible for his hexacarbon neuropathy. This other stuff is useless. Let's go to Trevor's dorm and see what else we can dig up. So I just spent like 5 minutes searching this basement, gathering all these things, only to have an area show up that I couldn't actually search myself, move the wood away, and then we find the wood glue. So all the other things that I picked up earlier are just, they're not helpful. So what was the point of searching for them in the entire, this time? Shouldn't I have been looking for that wood glue specifically? Oh yeah, and there's also clinics in here, clinic patients. Well, 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 Matthew Alexander Lennox, the hack-and-saw hacker. You're back again. This is a surprise. Well, no it isn't. You get the crap beaten out of you for a living, but still. Yeah, keep hitting me with those boxing jokes. Never gets old. You do, however, keep getting old, that is. I'm trying to say, you're ancient. Should I start making cripple jokes now, or what? Wow, he's still got some fight in him after all. One of us has to. Might as well be me. Okay, Apollo Creed. What seems to be the trouble? And that, my friends, is all the time I have for this episode of Game on Onesies. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you right back here in the very near future, where we'll figure out what's wrong with Apollo Creed here, and we'll get on with the rest of the case and do more stuff. So I hope you're enjoying it. Let me know if you guys want to see another episode after this one. I might record one anyway, just to be on the safe side. So until next time, peace out, and as always, game on. See ya!